Hey everyone, Sam Davidson here with MEA Worldwide, and I am here with Jimmy Tatro and Christian A. Pierce, who are the stars of the Real Bros of Simi Valley on Facebook Watch. I want to hear the initial love story. How did you two first meet, and what were your impressions of each other right off the bat?
We used to bang. That's how it started.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
No, we went to college together. We were pledged in the same fraternity, and when those bigger life conversations would happen, we were the only two dudes in the room who said we wanted to do TV and film and get into entertainment. So we eventually clicked up and started working on things together, and started taking it very serious our sophomore year, 2011, and you see what happened now.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
So what did you think about, teaming up with this guy, and what was your kind of impression about how you were going to creatively mix together?
I knew we had similar interests, and around sophomore year, I signed with a multi-channel network on YouTube, and a manager who was like, "You got to start doing one video a week," and that's kind of a crazy thing to start doing, especially while you're still in school. So I was only taking 2 classes sophomore year, or at the first semester of sophomore year, or maybe it was 4, and then I took leave. I don't know. But I basically hit Christian, and I was like, because we had been working together, collaborating in some capacity on videos, but I was kind of hit him up, and I was like, yo, I actually need you to be on board full time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was from there. He was like, I'm in, and yeah.
No more school?
Well, I was back and forth. First semester I was I took 4 classes, dropped out of 1, and then second semester I took leave sophomore year, just to focus on all of this. And then junior year, I went to school. I lived at school, but I dropped out October, and just did ran the channel full time. And it was just kind of finding time in Christian's class schedule where we could meet up and write and shoot. And then senior year, he finished school, so it was a bit difficult for a while for us to find time.
Yeah.
Flew back and forth, but we made it work.
Well, how has your content really evolved over time, you'd say, into what it is right now with the Real Bros of Simi Valley?
Just I don't know, I've always wanted to just keep growing and making things look better and be more official and develop the business side of this whole thing a little more. So I think everything I've made a very conscious effort to make things more and more professional. So yeah, as far as creatively, nothing has really changed too much creatively.
I think it's creatively, it's evolved with as we've grown, stages in our life, whatever,
anymore.
Right, whatever we're experiencing at the time, you write what you know, so that's the kind of stuff we're gonna put onto the screen, is whatever we're experiencing from our perspective. So it's the content just grows as we grow.
What's funny is because we always do write, you do write what you know, but it's funny when you get into a point where your life is making this stuff,
right?
Production,
yeah.
And then it's
you can't write about that though.
Your ideas start to become it's about production stuff, and you're wait, no, that's not I need to go to the real world to get my ideas.
You gotta go live
and separate these two things.
So where are you guys pulling from for the Real Bros of Simi Valley? Are these kind of people that you know, or that you feel you guys have evolved into in some way or another?
Right. Yeah. This is a world that's definitely inspired by real people and events that we've experienced. I grew up in the San Fernando Valley. Jimmy went to high school in the San Fernando Valley, which is it's right next to Simi Valley. And so you kind of get these characters that you see in the show now. It's this is a caricature version, but we know these guys and these girls, and there were jokes that we were already making about these people. We just put it into a new type of page.
Yeah, there's definitely a photo of a Xander guy on my computer that I sent to our wardrobe lady. It was pretty much this.
do these real life people know at all, or do you think they've seen it and like, is that supposed to be me?
Yeah, some people have seen some stuff. It wasn't because like the first thing we did of this nature was how to start a bro fight. That was like the most similar to Real Bros.
Well, first thing I did was the frat
Life.
videos.
I mean, as far as like these like SoCal kind of bros, I guess. Yeah.
But it's funny with that, like the guy that I based this stupid college character off of, who I hated in college, like called me like 3 years after college and was like around a bunch of people at 2 a.m. and he's like, "Yo, who was the frat guy based on?" I was like, "It was you, man." He was, boom, suck my dick. Hangs up the phone. I'm like, "All right, man, good catching up with you, bud."
That's amazing. And so the other cast members on the show, I mean, you guys have obviously worked together for a long time and been friends and know each other. Do you have any kind of past involvements with the other actors on the show?
Yeah, I did Maddie and I know Maddie and Monica because I went on I hosted an episode of their show, Betch. Mm-hmm. They had a sketch show. And that was where I met them, and I was like, these girls are hilarious.
Killers.
And then they put me in touch with Colleen, who plays Molly. And then the other guys.
Getter, we knew Cody from, well, kind of Cody, Getter, or Tanner and Nick Coletti. We had kind of known through Vine. Mm-hmm. And we'd casted Tanner and Coletti in a Bachelor spoof we did on the YouTube channel. And that's how we got to know them and kind of get their like sensibilities. And then we collabed with Cody a couple times, also like through YouTube.
I met Cody in the Do Lab at Coachella.
Mm.
And so, yeah, we knew these guys and we knew like they could play these characters. So,
yeah. And do you guys do any improv on set, or is it, mostly your guys' writing?
It's very scripted. Like, it's a lot of writing, but we definitely do. And like Jim gives everyone a chance to like, do those last couple of takes and kind of have some fun with it. We encourage like having fun with the writing, but we got to get those what's on the script first.
Yeah, it's important to get the story beats. But it's always like so much good stuff can come from those improv takes, and especially like when you see something start kind of developing early on, it takes 1 and 2 where like they'll riff on something. It's like if you see some good stuff, you can say, hey, like lean into that a little bit. And then you end up getting some new storylines, like in season 3, there's just like whole fight in the pool that we like make a thing out of that was just like us.
It just happened.
It was just, they're just rolling on us. We just started like pretending to fight someone in a pool, but then it's like, in the edit that becomes a thing. You add music, and then you add a confessional, and now it's like, that's a thing now.
Yeah. And so you guys obviously touch on certain things sometimes, that you might be afraid. They're like, oh, are people going to be offended by this? Is this going to be funny? Is there anything that you guys have touched upon that you were worried the audience wouldn't receive well, or that you haven't touched upon yet that you're like, we're just not going to make fun of that part of what's going on in the world today?
We don't really try to make commentary on things that I think people would be really rubbed the wrong way about. If they do, they're watching the wrong show.
Yeah. And I mean, I think also with these characters, it's like these guys are supposed to be ridiculous. Like they're not supposed to be role models. So it's like we do have some safety in that sense where it's like if these guys have some controversial views on things, like we're not saying that's the move.
Yeah.
We're just saying that's in that ridiculous character's mind is what makes sense. But I think with stuff like that, it's like as long as you kind of point it out from another character, if like someone says something ridiculous, as long as another character says that's ridiculous, you're kind of covered.
Yeah, it's like, hey, he's a baby. He's 1 year old, man. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole thing, when the character is continuously trying to fight your child.
Were you referring to the baby fight?
Yes, the baby fight.
Yeah.
Yes. Baby fight, yes.
That was like so heightened that I wasn't worried about.
Yeah, I didn't think I was ever going to,
Yeah, it's like, I mean, if he actually hit the baby.
Right, exactly.
If we cut to a scene of him like hitting a doll baby in the face, like we could have run into some problems.
Yeah.
I'm glad nobody's out there fighting babies based on the show now, though.
Me too, definitely. And so now you guys are here with Facebook for the 3rd season of the show. How has being a part of the Facebook family now with the show heightened it or changed it at all? Or is it just simply the same, but we get more content?
They've helped us go to the next level with what we wanted to do, which is awesome. It's really cool having someone who can back your creative vision and like gives you the resources you need to like, there's been so much, history of us like writing things, like funny ideas down. And then we're like, wait, we can't make this happen. Like this is like too big like in the years past, but like it's cool to be able to write now and know you have, a network that has your back and can help make things happen. And yeah.
And they've also let us really write the show the way we wanted to write it.
Yeah.
Not, they haven't really stepped on anything creatively. Or they have acknowledged that the show existed and we made it beforehand and it was successful beforehand. And they've kind of just trusted in our vision and been supportive of that. So, we really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's been dope.
And so you guys obviously are aging as well in real life with the show. Like I know your
What do you
character.
mean, aging?
Well,
She's looking at my
you get
hairline.
older every day, you guys.
All right. Is it
But-
the hair? The hair? It's going down.
Yeah,
I know it's going down.
Yeah, it's going down.
So I gotta eat more biotin.
But I love that, in the show, like we kind of skip time a little bit. Like you had a baby, now the baby's in school, so where are we going to see you at season 3?
Well, we didn't skip that much time for the baby to, to grow. It's only been,
What?
the baby skipped some time.
So
but
right.
the world
The
hasn't
baby, the
skipped
baby's
that
on
much
his own
time.
timeline.
Okay, the baby's on his own timeline, but
Yeah.
you guys are still the same.
Correct.
We are actually following our timeline pretty strictly.
Uh-huh.
But the baby he's on fast forward times like
Yeah,
10.
you gotta kind of watch it and see what we're saying. But yeah, the baby's timeline does not reflect the rest of the world's timeline.
Okay, that makes sense then. And are there any other like new characters or changes or teases that we'll be able to see this season?
It's a lot of new characters. Not a lot, but a good amount of new characters.
Yeah, we got a good amount of
Yeah.
new characters. We have one prominent new character who comes in,
Mhm.
who shakes things up a little bit,
Mhm.
and then we got a bunch of cameos from a bunch of friends that just wanted to come out and play for the day.
A couple reoccurring, or one character I'm thinking in particular who like we've mentioned in both of the last 2 seasons but never seen, and now you see that character.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
The bros get international this season, which is pretty dope.
Wow. Do they go
They
to
do.
Canada?
yeah,
Canada.
I'm not gonna say where, but it's south and not north.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
got it. Well, thank you guys so much. This was so much fun. And everyone, please make sure to tune in to the 3rd season of Bros of Simi Valley on Facebook Watch. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.